Wait, say again? What was the question?
The Fuentes stuff.
What about it?
The Fuentes debates. Yeah, you said heated debates.
Yeah. It was around that time. But it wasn't really that. It was like after that, because after all the Fuentes stuff, the air had like shifted, and like the community started to dislike it.
Revisionist history is crazy. Okay, Gringle. Oh, Gringle. Oh my God. What do you do? Do you post?
With very little to no pushback, people just believed all the things that he said about you.
If it's a cult, do you think these people are brainwashed? You're speaking about them like they're knowingly, you're calling them pieces of shit. And you're speaking about them. So I do believe that Destiny has no illusions about what he is doing and who he is. But Dan comes across to me like a true believer. Like I agree, he is sabotaging Destiny in a way, but it seems like he can't stop himself. Like he feels deeply emotionally driven. He fell asleep. I think he fell asleep on JStock's stream the other night just to try to be there to prevent me from talking about Destiny. And I think in a way, he's trying to...
That is true, Nox, okay? If my Google account's leaked, all right, listen. If they leaked, okay? My OnlyFans, my Fansly, my secret Patreon, my Twitter NSFW account. What else do I have? My TikTok, where I promote all of that content to a 13+ platform, because that's a good thing to do, by the way. All the women that promote their porn on a platform that's like mainly inhabited by children, they're good, all right? It's good that they're doing that, okay? For $25, I'll hide it all. Thank you, all right? Fansly on Twitch. Oh, and the Fur Affinity, yes. What is the furry equivalent of lolly? Is it cub? Where my cub is, right, guys? You feel me? Common experience, I'm sure. Don't private this VOD. I'm gonna watch it later. Hey, no promises, all right? Oh, he like just started, huh?
It didn't...
I want to hear what he has to say.
Hello.
What? He's being... Dude, he's being gang stalked.
It didn't feel...
Jesus.
I think, I have these sit-to-stand desks, and they're hand-cranked. And I wanted to lower the boom a little bit, and I think it got caught on something, and then it just, like, released. I don't really know what it was. I don't know what happened.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Call in. I thought about calling in.
A little on it.
But I literally don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say. I don't. I really don't. I would love to call in and you know, maybe ask a question or two, but I really don't know what to say. Destiny is a big fan of hand cranking, so I've been told. I don't know. I don't have anything I would ask. I would have to like prepare something, and I wouldn't. I wouldn't know what to ask.
Lol.
Thank you, Godspeed, for the Canadian 20. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Godspeed. Thank you. Thank you. Vile dono sound. Give me more money to hear it more. All right. That's what I have to say to that. All right. Awesome stuff happening.
Edge. I thought that the intro, I know the thumbnail and the stream title are very funny. Very funny, Max. Very funny. But I thought that it would not be appropriate. The sunglasses, I still wore the launch, but sunglasses, the music, the intro, the assholery didn't seem appropriate for this stream.
I love watching MrowLive. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. 60 of my most loyal viewers here today. Jimbo Slice, I recognize you. Zach Ed. Zach, I think you're one of the few main channel viewers that actually enjoys the live streams. Because I've seen a few main channel viewers trickle in, all right? Trickle into the live streams. I don't know how they find me, but they do. They trickle in and they're like, "Oh my God, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. This guy's evil. This guy's vile," right? 2023 viewer as well. Jesus. You need to find a better use of your time. Watching me for a year? Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. All right, but you are one of the few, it seems, that enjoy the main channel content. All right, which is interesting, okay? I cultivated an audience of very soy, LGBT, woke, libtard retards, essentially, on the main channel. And it's very interesting that you're the one that stuck around for everything, okay? Awesome stuff.
I've been kind of wrestling with how to talk about this.
I've never seen a main channel video. You're not missing out.
I've made some pretty strong statements condemning the statements of orbiters distancing themselves, so I feel like people are not handling this responsibly. I think you have to admit that even if you pushed it out of your mind, you knew.
And now you hate femboys and trans except food shops because it's a pedo. Yeah.
You knew that Destiny engaged in sexual misconduct. and other types of abuse and manipulation and dishonesty. You knew. He's got a great explanation. Well, if you're in the cult, he's got a good explanation for each story, but everybody there knew. We all knew. Anybody who's worked with him, eventually, he figured out. And I think it's great that they're stepping back, cutting ties, you know, condemning the behavior, but I don't like it when they condemn the behavior, but tiptoe around condemning the man. And I've gotten some pushback about this, saying like, well, you know, if they're in a cult, then you have to be super patient with them. You know, they're waking up, they don't realize what's going on. And I think to some degree that's true, but you got to remember the victims. There are a lot of victims. And this past week, we've learned about 2 more. It looks like compulsive behavior to me. I wouldn't be surprised if there were lots and lots more. I don't know. But people are looking to you, to the orbiters, to anyone with a loud voice in the situation to make sense of what's happening. Hey,
Puddle Sucker, I'll pull up your socks in a bit, okay? I will. I'll pull them up. I'll pull up the socks. All right? They look awesome.
And it's everyone's disoriented because they've been lied to. Destiny is deceitful and manipulative. And so if you've been lied to and you don't understand the nature of the system or group that you're in, and you're realizing it, the orbiters are lying on their way out. They're still propping up the cult on their way out, and they shouldn't do that. It's not fair. It's not fair to the victims. It's not fair to the people still in the cult to say, well, everything Destiny did up until now is acceptable or explainable, but this is over the line. When I think clearly what is happening is what happened to me 2 years ago, is you eventually learn or see something that changes your framing and understanding of everything that you have seen. It makes you realize that you knew. You didn't know, but you did. We all did. If Destiny had been a guest on my podcast, he would not have lasted 5 minutes. There is shit I let slide the moment, a non-famous rich guest. If he was a hotline caller, just some guy calling him the hotline, there is shit that I let slide in my first interactions with him that I never would have let slide. Or if you just introduced me randomly to a rich, powerful guy, and then a woman says, hey, he abused me. This is Anna. Anna, I meet her at the same time. She says, this guy abused me. And the guy says, oh, ignore her. She's a stalker. I didn't even look into it. I asked him about it. I said, hey, I'm concerned. I'll ask the rich, powerful guy, Mr. Weinstein.
Okay. Well, he is framing, like, come on. All right. Come on. I would personally, try and talk to both of the parties involved. Mrow learned the act of reacting from Queeman. What the? You want me to fucking pause? Like, he hasn't even gotten a thought out, dude. I'm like waiting for him to actually say something so I can fucking have like some comment on it. All right. He's a very slow talker. You want me to fucking pause every 5 seconds? I'm just like, the lighting at the back, Mr. Girl Hotline, it's like it's an allegory. One of the colors is pink and the other is sort of a teal blue. You can see it's a background. You can see, and also he has a standing desk, hand cranked. This is a metaphor for how Mr. Girl views societal norms. Now, if you also look at the microphone he's using, seems to be no foam cover. Now, you can also see the cord, the cable for his microphone is also hanging free. Additionally, you can see that Mr. Girl is wearing a black shirt, signifying what he feels like on the inside. Is that what you fucking want, Hellbent? Is that what you fucking want? Are you gonna cover Mantis accusing Spicy Chat of violating her consent? Post it in the fucking Discord. Stupid bitch. Fuck you. Alright? You want me to fucking cover something? Put it in the Discord or DM me, goddammit. Alright? I'm gonna react how I'm gonna react. And listen, if you don't fucking like it, listen to me, motherfucker. If you don't fucking like it, Lyrics is live. Nick Diorio's probably live. Alright? Go watch someone else. Stupid whore. Find it yourself. I'm going to bed. Yeah, I don't want you here anyways. Good fucking riddance. Good fucking riddance, dude. Fuck you, alright? Oh, go live. Nobody else is watching. And then the moment I go live, I'm going to bed. I hate this stream. React harder. I'm going to bed. Fuck off. Fuck off, dude.
Is Ashley Judd telling the truth about you? But he said no. I talked to him. I was very concerned. I talked to him. If I had been
maybe I'll post your sexual harassment DMs before I go to sleep. Yeah, the ones with you or the countless other women I DM, because you're not special.
Cloned the day before I met Destiny, and my clone had been locked in a glass cell hanging from a tree above my life. That's watching my life. What do you think he would have thought of that moment? I knew.
Hellbent, listen, Hellbent, okay? Hey, first time viewer here in the J-Stock waiting room. What does that mean? You're in the J-Stock waiting room? You're not in the J-Stock. What are you talking about? Who are you? What? Well, thanks. Thanks for stopping by. Hellbent, listen. If you want me to look at the Mantis stuff, I was going to anyways, but if you'd like me to look at anything specific, you can DM me, all right? Otherwise, I'm probably just going to scroll through her Twitter and look at what she's been saying. Okay? Sorry for being so mean. I didn't mean it. All right? Sorry, Hellbent. If you want me to look at the Manta stuff, you can DM me the tweets you want me to look at, all right? Sorry.
I knew, and I took the money. We all did. I understand it's a little more complicated for you guys because you were also fans of Destiny. I was never a fan of Destiny, so I had the advantage.
Kenny in chat, by the way. Kenny's in the chat over here. Awesome stuff.
Of seeing through people's bullshit. I may have a superpower of being willing to say it out loud when it will be very costly to me. Yeah, I have that power. But I was just dropped into the center of a cult. The cult happened to find me very compelling, maybe because I'm kind of like the cult leader, or kind of like the way the cult leader pretends to be. So I found myself near the top of the power structure, but with no intrinsic affection of or loyalty to the leader. I mean, the loyalty I did feel and the love I felt and the trust I placed in him was the result of feeling like he believed in me or took me under his wing and helped me and helped my...
Angry exploding followed by love bombing. Typical. All right, buddy. Come on. Come on.
Work. That meant a lot to me, obviously. But I had the benefit of being... It's like if you walked into a Scientology church and then you got promoted to level 200 or whatever on day one with no indoctrination and no need for it. No, like... I have some stuff I'm addicted to, but it's not watching streams. I never watched streams. I never watched streams before.
You never watch streams?
I still don't. I don't like watching streams. I get anxious and I compulsively watch them when they're about me, but I don't like watching them. So that benefited me a lot. So it's easy to see what's happening when you have skipped the indoctrination phase. Same thing with Dr. K. I had the benefit of being a psych major and then with a family who are psychologists and then being dropped in the center of a situation that I never would have otherwise stumbled into. There's no gradual introduction to the weirdness. Oh, this is just how the space is. Yeah, I'm like, well, the space is fucked up and you're all crazy. And a lot of you are retarded. Okay.
What? Not me, though. Not me, though, okay? I'm incredibly intelligent. It's actually crazy we entertain Mr. Girl at all. Shows how serious you all are. By Sticks, Grift, Foul, Crypto Hammer, 666. Why shouldn't we take Mr. Girl seriously? What exactly has he done that you disagree with? Or are you just like another person who's like, we shouldn't listen to Mr. Girl, and you don't actually have a reasoning because you're fucking retarded? I'll wait for you to respond, all right? I'll wait for you to respond. What exactly do you love about him? That's not the claim that you made. Why shouldn't we take him seriously? Please indulge me. Tell me. Come on, don't weasel out. Don't weasel out, all right? Don't weasel out. You like the way he treats women? Why shouldn't we take Mr. Girl seriously? Go ahead. You refuse to answer. You refuse to answer. Curious. I'll wait. I will wait for you to respond. Why shouldn't we take Mr. Girl seriously? Smells. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it.
Come on, you were a bit of a fan, no? You did seem to really like him and seem to think he was an interesting, funny, and engaging person. I've never watched a Destiny stream because I was interested in what he had to say. I don't even have an account on his site. My entire exposure to Destiny was, I think someone sent me a clip of him talking about my Cuties review, which I watched in 2021 that was 3 seconds long, and then I forgot that happened. But so I actually forgot that happened, but then later I saw a DM from myself in 2020 or 2020. It was the year before I met him. So someone had told me he existed, so I knew his name, but I didn't remember that he like reacted to the Cuties thing. Which was like for 3 seconds, and then that was it. And then somebody was like, "Oh, you should talk to Destiny." I was like, "Oh, I kind of know that he's the guy." I watched a stream of him talking about trans people and gender in the shower.
All right, listen, big news, guys. The Mrows came in, and it looks like the Mrow community is really loving him. All right, the Mrows people are loving the socks. All right. People are loving the socks. Listen, okay? Buy some. Go to the MrowLive channel. There's a shopping section. Buy your own Mrows. Buy your own socks, all right? Please. Please. All right.
While I was getting ready to do my first stream with, I just tweeted at him, and he said, "Sure, let's talk." And that was it. So I listened to his argument in the shower, and I was like, "This guy does not believe that trans women are women. He's lying. He's pretending he thinks that to protect his audience or protect his career or whatever." But I don't. I think this is bullshit. Which I basically told him. I said it in a very gentle way that I normally wouldn't, but that's kind of what I'm trying to cop to. But no, I was never a fan. My first inclination was that he is interesting in terms of picking apart thought experiments or picking apart politics with thought experiments. Talented, rhetorically. What else did you say? Engaging? Yeah, very engaging, compelling, charismatic. But but none of that made me want to watch his content. So I wasn't a fan. I would say I met him and liked him.
I think I did like his content. I watched older stuff though. I watched like the JonTron debate. I watched the Amos Yee discussion he had. I watched a couple of incest arguments he had, and I thought it was awesome. I was really interested in that. Then I tried to watch his like current content, and it was just a lot of like Israel Palestine shit, and I just couldn't get into it. I could not give a fuck. I could not give a shit about Israel Palestine, to be honest. I really couldn't give a shit. So did we miss a dono? We didn't. Okay. I don't know why. Never mind. All right. We'll continue.
Yeah.
I have small feet, should be fine. Thank you, Kaylee. Awesome.
You certainly enjoyed the money he helped you make. I did. I bought that sign. Yeah, I enjoyed the money. I think I enjoyed the acceptance more than the money. If I had to choose between the two, I'd probably choose, a large audience, societal semi-acceptance. It'd be nice. Because when you're as vulnerable about your weirdness as I am, getting accepted, because it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm playing to the crowd and it's working. It feels like I'm pouring my fucking heart out and these people are reacting positively. Yeah, I enjoy that. And the money, I'm making money for being honest. I'm making money for being honest about who I really am. All these people my entire life telling me, oh, you don't say what you're really thinking. You have to learn to play the game. I didn't. I just am saying what I really think, and I'm getting. But alas, I was actually a sideshow freak and a sex cult. Oops.
What did he mean by this? Rate the hairline. His hairline is fine. Okay. He doesn't have listen, I would be a little more concerned if he was widow's peaking. All right. But he's not. It's probably just a maturing hairline. He's like 40. Okay, dude. He's fucking 40. All right. Jesus Christ. Okay. Is your hairline better than Mr. Girl's? Maybe. I keep having dreams that I go bald, so I don't think that's good. I think I'm foretelling something to myself. All right? I think something's going to happen to me. Something's going to happen to me.
Not the job I thought I was being graced with. So, yeah. Okay. Let's get into the calls. I don't even know where people are at now. In 2022, it was obvious, people were where they were, but now I have no fucking idea. All right.
I'm going to take the word drama out of my title. I don't know why, but saying the word drama, I don't know if I don't know why, but I don't like calling this Destiny stuff drama. Something about it is making me feel ill. I'm taking drama out. All right. For now.
I'm doing this. I'm getting in the office.
Destiny tea marathon, maybe.
Sure, it looks bad. I'm a linty. My shirt's not dirty. It's just linty. I wash all my shit together. I don't got time for it. You know how Einstein and Steve Jobs just had the same outfit every day, so they don't have to think about it? I don't do that, but I wash all my shit together. I'm smart enough to do that.
I do that too. I do that too.
Oh, there's a kick chat. Oh my god. Happy Destiny Demise Day. All right, I'm gonna try to watch both chats. Usually I just watch Mr. Girl.tv chat, but I'm gonna try to accommodate everybody today.
Destiny crime marathon, maybe.
That's right.
Apparently, he called Gucci a pedo. Who's Gucci? I don't know who that is.
All right, where are the callers? What's going on? Hello?
It's also, I'm pausing a lot, okay? I do want to listen to him talk. It's really interesting how he does callers. You get like a key and you're able to enter. And I don't know how to describe it. But when I did my call-in, it was very, very interesting. It wasn't like any other call-in I've done before, all right? Interesting stuff happening in the Mr. Girl Discord.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm okay. A little emotional.
A little dour?
I mean, it's weird because you're learning about... obviously it feels good to be vindicated on some level, but it feels bad to hear about people having their autonomy violated, so...
That's exactly what I was going to ask, because I don't know if you changed the stream title. I think you referenced that at the beginning, but...
No, I didn't. I didn't change it. No.
Well, I'm assuming, and from what you've been saying, that it's somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but, it does really seem like you have been vindicated.
Has he been vindicated? I still think the way he went about things, I still have to do more research on it because it's a lot. It's going through 3-ish years of lore, and I have to do it in timeline order, so I'm trying to figure shit out still. But is he completely vindicated? I like Mr. Girl. I enjoy his content from what I've seen of it. But I think he did go about things a little not the best, right? I think his objective has been vindicated. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he's been vindicated. Necessarily.
I guess,
I think that's a reasonable feeling to have. I don't think it has to be superseded by, or maybe it should be. Maybe it should, come second to a feeling of guilt, but I think that could be a pretty profound feeling that you have. of being vindicated.
Well, vindication is just in the eye of the beholder, right? So like, it's not like everybody has left the community. The
Yeah,
cult.
What would be the response that would be sufficient in your mind?
Here's what helps preserve the cult. Let's say you start in the middle. Just in this diagram, the middle is you're totally loyal, and then as you move outward, you're being more and more critical, and then you either get ejected or leave. That seems to be the path that most people leave Destiny's community, right? Or you could make that diagram. Okay. The thing is, as you're ejected, you get smeared as a disgusting, undesirable, crazy, narcissistic, rapist, whatever.
What my curiosity, I want
to explain something to you.
Is Grace Thorpe in the chat? I think Grace Thorpe is in the live Rumble chat right now.
Sure.
Unless that's just not her. I'm pretty sure that's Grace Thorpe in the chat. Jesus.
Will you just listen for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, this creates this split where all the people who think as you're on your way out, let's say I'm right at the event horizon. I'm right escape velocity. I'm about to hit escape velocity. So I'm still part of the cult, but I'm about to leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the cult thinks I'm okay. They think that I'm, a smart, cool, non-rapist, whatever. Everybody outside thinks I'm kind of weird at best. And then I think all the people who've been ejected before me, because I've learned about them through Destiny, I think they're all disgusting, awful people. And they all think each other are disgusting, awful people. Then I make my
Want his headphones? What are those? Are these not the generic like the $900 headphones? I'm not sure. They're easy to find. I think these are the whatever, like they're the high end like XLR cable ones. I think I'm almost certain.
criticism. Destiny is an abuser. He's manipulative, sexual sadist, whatever.
Sennheiser.
And,
I think they're Sennheiser.
Then the cult flips, and now in the cult's eyes, I'm a narcissist, malignant narcissist rapist. And then to everybody outside, they're still looking at me through the lens of Destiny, so they still think I'm a pedophile rapist now. And then, so where's the vindication? The vindication is only the next group after me.
Maybe they're not
Saying,
Sennheiser.
you know what? Maybe he was right about Destiny, but even though I know about him from Destiny, all my opinions about him are still formed by this person I now believe is a liar. He's still a pedophile, narcissistic, wife-beating rapist. So it's vindication is a strong word. And as Casey Tron just pointed out, or Terry just quote tweeted Casey Tron on Twitter, pointing this out. This happens to everybody. Everybody is like, oh yeah, you know what? Destiny is a liar, but all those people he told me about are awful, horrible, crazy monsters.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I wouldn't say that I'm a part of his community. I don't really have a presence I don't have any presence. I don't have an account on DGG or anything along those lines.
Okay.
What there may be a point of disagreement between you and I think
It's insane that retroactively Destiny thought he was a rapist because he decided to go back and write the DR. Yeah. I think if I'm remembering correctly, and this was kind of telephoned to me, so I could be entirely wrong. I'm pretty sure how he went about it is Destiny saw what Mr. Girl was doing, and he's like, yeah, I used to think that Mr. Girl understood consent and autonomy and stuff, but now that he's doing this, I don't think he understands autonomy. So I don't think he would be a rapist if he understood consent at the level that I thought he did, but now I don't think he does. So I don't think he understands consent and autonomy, which makes the encounters that he's had to me, in his mind, more like rape, right? I think.
I don't know. Well, you have to have seen his response, the statement.
Yeah,
that he
basically
made
that.
off of it.
Okay.
I think it was obviously pretty unsophisticated red
It was
herring
malicious. No,
that completely
definitely. Yeah,
sidestepped,
definitely it was malicious.
The main issue that I don't think anybody's really accusing him. Maybe some people are maliciously, doing something with the intent of Pixies, the pornographic materials being leaked, but what he really is being accused of, he completely sidestepped. And I think that, there were thousands of comments on that Reddit thread, and I looked through quite a few. I didn't look through even maybe a fraction of the overall thousands of comments, but every single comment that I saw was negative towards Destiny. Some of them were extremely negative. And I think that Destiny has he's really great at obfuscating.
Wait, do you think rape is malicious?
Yeah, absolutely. That would be something that, yes,
Why?
I do. Well, no, that was going to be something that I was...
Okay.
No.
You don't want to get into it now?
I do want to get into it.
Okay, why is rape malicious?
Well, I understand what you're trying to do, and I'm agreeing with you. I think that
Why don't you just answer?
I'm going to, if you would allow me. I think what Destiny did to Pixie is...
Wait, that's not an answer to my question. I want you to answer my question. Why is rape malicious?
I would say that rape is malicious in the same way that leaking somebody's private, pornographic materials is malicious. And
Is rape malicious? Rape is more selfish than malicious, I would say, right? Malice. What does malice mean? The intention or desire to be evil. I think it's malicious. Some people use rape to control. Yeah, I think it would have to depend. Malicious? Okay, come on, dude. Jesus Christ. Malicious? I think it depends, right? I think you'd have to go case by case. I think it could be malicious. I think it could be selfish. I think it could be a power play. And I think it could be all three at once. Isn't the whole thing of rape you get off on taking power from another person? You can, but I don't think that's the rule. I think it's the same reason, like, not all child molesters are pedophiles, right? Some people enjoy the power. Not everybody gets off solely to the fact that it's a kid, right? There's other reasons you could enjoy that thing or do that thing. I don't think saying that sometimes rape isn't malicious and sometimes it's entirely selfish doesn't take away from the fact that someone was raped. I think rape is obviously bad. But I think it doesn't have to be malicious. I think more often than not it would be malicious, but I don't think it has to be. I think there are other reasons why someone could rape.
Why is rape malicious? Without comparing to something else, why is rape malicious?
Why am I not allowed to compare the two?
Because it is a cult think way to avoid directly answering a question about a specific thing.
I disagree, but okay.
What is your evaluation of this thing independent of everything else? Well, if I were to compare rape to stealing a banana out of the back of someone's backpack, then I would well, you don't need to do that. Why is rape malicious?
I think it's malicious because you're exploiting somebody in many cases. The fact that it's almost, and maybe it is because I'm a cultist, but I'm finding it impossible not to relate it back to the specific thing with Pixie's information.
You don't have to. Imagine a nun came up to you on the street and said, "Why is rape malicious?" And you say, "Well, Pixie and Cherry, and like the thing is that when Destiny in August of 2022, the law hadn't even been passed yet, and so you got to think." Why is the old lady asked you?
Arguments or things that I would say.
Why is rape malicious? To the old lady nun who doesn't know who Destiny is.
I think it's.
I want to answer that because I think that's an interesting question. Why is rape malicious? The intention to do evil or ill will or desire to do evil. So if you have a desire to rape and you go through with it, I think rape is probably evil. I think rape is one of the worst things you can do. So I would definitely label rape as evil, right? So if you have a desire to rape and then you go through with that and you do the action of rape, I think that makes it malicious, right? Guys, rape is bad. Listen, all right? Listen, okay? It is. It's evil, all right? I think it would be malicious because I think the desire itself I don't think is malicious, but the desire alongside with the actually going through with it is evil, and you have a desire to do evil, which would be malicious. Maybe, right? Is that a good reasoning? You're taking away someone's autonomy? Yeah. I don't think anybody's arguing against that. How is the desire not malicious? I think the desire, well, because if you're just fantasizing about raping someone, I don't think that really matters to me. It's the desire alongside actually going through with it, I think. Okay, YouTube censored you. Rape is wrong and bad. Thank you, Jimbo Slice, for the $5. Thank you. Very much appreciative. I appreciate it, all right? I appreciate it. Thank you. I do appreciate it. The desire in and of itself, I don't think is bad, but it's the desire, the premeditative desire, I hope I said that word right, and then the going through with it, maybe. I think. Okay, I've never actually thought about why rape would be malicious because I've never heard someone describe it as malicious. But I hear malicious and I hear rape is malicious and I agree with that. So it's interesting to try and define why it is the way I think it is. Let's hear what this guy has to say, though.
I think it's malicious because people really value, as they should, their sexuality, and having somebody take something from you in terms of, your autonomy, what you want in your life, and your sexuality is something that causes extreme harm to somebody. And in order for a person to rape a person, there has to be an immense disregard for that person's well-being.
Okay, so apathy and harm.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, and when you say leaking the news wasn't malicious, it sounds like you're also referring to my claim that it actually may be sadistic. He may enjoy the danger and the humiliation.
I think that's the case. I think you're right. What I would say...
Wait, you think I'm right that he enjoys the danger and humiliation?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so you view it as entirely malicious in every possible way we could define it.
Well, so I think if you had allowed me, I would have gotten to this point. And I misspoke. But the distinction that I would make would be, would you admit that Destiny just leaking, if he just went on Twitter and said, here is a Google Docs of a variety of different people that I have pornographic materials that they don't want me to tweet out, and he did that, would that be more or less malicious than
I don't know why I don't think imagine you had
you're
your
the one who's confronting me on the issue. That's
imagine you had your consent violated by this absolute piece of shit, and you're watching a stream about it. And then they're like, well, okay, so what if your consent had been violated this way? What if it been violated this way? What if your rapist had done this instead of this? Which thing would be worse? What if he did this while he did this and then did this and then said this about it? I don't want to get into. I'm okay with entertaining thought experiments.
Completely misunderstanding.
I'm okay with entertaining thought experiments, but the problem with the endless comparisons to things that did or did not happen is that it gets away from clear, concise condemnation of a sexual predator.
Okay, how about this? I believe wholeheartedly that Destiny is a sexual abuser. I believe he's a predator. I would go so far as to say, and I'm sure many other people would, that the case of what he did to Pixie, what he did to Melina, what he did to Cherry are my intuition tells me that there's almost no possible way that these are isolated instances.
Okay, hold on. I want you to think about the sentence that you just said. Because I was like, we got to be clear and concise. And you're like, okay, clear and concise, I could do that. And then you just did what you just did. Take the strength of the words you're using on a scale of 1 to 10. So maybe like an 8. And then for every comma in your sentence, subtract 1. So I think we're at about a 1 or 2. And that is the strength of your condemnation.
I don't see how me expounding on why I think he's a sexual predator takes away from the point that I'm making.
Because the audience can't even follow what you're saying. It sounds like you can't even follow what you're saying. It's not about being stupid. No, it's not about being stupid. It's about you speaking like Destiny and using the rhetorical tools that he uses without even knowing you're using them, even inside your own head, where Destiny is a sexual predator. And then there's just silence. And then, wow, that hits pretty different from Destiny. I think what'd you say? I think Destiny is sexually abusive and a predator, and I think a sexual abuser. Then you brought up Melina, and then there was a bunch of different clauses that I don't remember, and then it ended with, and I think maybe there's even, then it went into postulating about the possibility of more victims, and then by the time you got that, I'm like, weren't you making a condemnation? Now we're just talking. There's so many.
Hate this dude, he's so annoying. Do you mean the caller, or do you mean Mr. Girl?
At all. If somebody came up to you and accused somebody you know personally and said, "Oh, this person's a rapist," and then you said why, and then they start telling you why, you would just run off. It would start to become uninteresting, or you wouldn't be able to follow because the condemnation isn't succinct enough.
What are you asking me? I don't understand. I'm saying that look, if you gave a sharp, even a 5-minute monologue, that's like a 5-paragraph essay explaining why Destiny is a sexual predator, I wouldn't have this reaction. It's the spiraling, endlessly tangential, speculative, thought experimenty nature of how you're speaking that, removes
the stupid one in the conversation, but it's just the way I'm trying to articulate a belief I have that it's obvious that this guy is a bad guy. Honestly, I think I admittedly, I'm disappointed in the way that this conversation is going. I'm sure you are as well.
I'm criticizing how you're articulating that. And that is to say, you aren't. You're saying it, but also in a way that doesn't say it.
Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I'm not quite sure what to say. I think,
How can you be at a loss for words when you are speaking so much? You seem to be overwhelmed by words.
Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's nerves or something else, but I don't think
it's nerves. Destiny speaks this way and thinks this way, and all of his followers do too. I don't think it's nerves.
What is it specifically I'm saying that's Destiny like?
It's the structure of what you're saying, not the words.
Can you be more specific?
Endlessly redirecting, answering questions with questions.
Yeah, I feel like you're just completely derailing this. I don't.
For like what you just did, you asked me a question. You said, "Can you be more specific?" I started bringing a question you just asked me. How is that derailing?
Can you say specifically, as in provide an example of something I said that you think is similar to the way that Destiny thinks?
I just repeated what you said back to you and explained how it was similar. Do you want me to do it more?
Sure.
Okay. The way you just said "sure" is the way Destiny thinks. It's sarcastic, condescending.
I'm not being sarcastic. I want you to provide more examples. I'm giving you an example.
The way you just asked me for an example. The way you just said "sure" is sarcastic and condescending. It's doublespeak. It's meant to tell the audience, I'm being super charitable, and I'm going to listen to this stupid fucking asshole say something that's so retarded that I shouldn't even have to sit here and listen to it. I'm not even going to have to come up with a response. It's poisoning the well, and it's passive-aggressive bullshit.
It's going so poorly. I just want to hear what you have to say,
Bro, you just asked me twice to answer this question, and I'm telling you the answer, and you're like not listening to it.
I'm listening. You said that me saying "sure" is condescending and sarcastic. I don't think that if that's the way.
Would you like to engage with that? What?
I'm absolutely yes. I'm saying I'm sorry that you feel that I was. Are you what? Are you going to interrupt me? Can I get through the sentence?
The sentence where you're going to sarcastically apologize? Yes, please.
Okay. I'm not sorry that you view it as being condescending.
Okay.
And sarcastic. I do that you find it sarcastic. And when I'm asking you for a specific example, I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm not saying
you saying "sure" sarcastically is the example I'm giving you. Do you understand that?
Yes, and I'm trying to engage with it by saying I disagree that I said it.
Okay.
I don't know how it's. I can't hear myself.
I've got a new example. I'm trying to engage with it. That's that sentence. What does that mean? Either engage with it or don't. But saying the sentence, I'm trying to engage with it, itself isn't trying to engage with it. It's like if you said to somebody, I always lie. That can't logically make sense. The sentence contradicts itself. It's doublespeak.
So if
it's telling the audience
to engage with what you're saying, it's inherently wrong.
The sentence, yeah.
It's paradoxical.
It's paradoxical, and it tells the audience that you're doing one thing while you're actually doing another. And I believe that you actually believe this. I don't think that you're like being sneaky or something. I'm saying that I think there's a big problem with the way that he's taught people to think and speak.
Yeah, I don't know. I watch Destiny's content. He is in no way the primary. I don't even know how to articulate it, but it's not like I'm watching 9 hours a day of Destiny and he contributes to 90% of my diet of media. I mean, it's interesting that despite him being such a small.
Mr. Girl masterfully derails. I can't watch this guy. My God. How's this a derail? This is his live stream, motherfucker. What do you mean? What?
Part of it, he would have an overwhelming control over the way I speak and the way that I interact with others.
Maybe I'm projecting.
I think you are.
Okay, well, that's just my opinion.
And I think that, if I wanted to psychoanalyze where you're coming from, I think the fact that I said that whether I'm part of Destiny's community or whatever it is, I think that was me unintentionally muddying the waters, where you kind of get to the point where you don't really want to hear what I have to say or...
What do you have to say? What would you like to talk about?
I don't know. The only thing I really want... and now I almost don't even want to say it, but the main reason
He doesn't know, dude. Oh my God. Bro, the most annoying thing, when someone calls into a fucking stream and they don't even have something they want to say. Jesus Christ. fucking don't even call in then. Don't even call in then. If you don't have anything you want to talk about or say, don't even call in then. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
I wanted to call in was because, okay, perfect. Jay Stalk.
That's actually a double hedge. I don't even want to say it, and the main reason I wanted to call in. So you're not about to say what you're about to say. What you're about to say is actually no. What you're about to no. You've already framed it as what you're about to say isn't actually what you're saying. You're just explaining what you wanted to say when you called in. You see how that hedges?
No.
Well, what I would say is, if I were going to say something right now, the thing that I would be about to say, if I were going to say it, would be, why don't you just
I'll say
speak?
It.
Just speak.
Absolutely.
The floor is yours.
I don't have a show like this. This isn't something I'm used to doing, but okay, perfect. Justical, or I think it's Jay Stalk or Justical. Jay Stalk. Okay. He was talking about Cherry. I think it was last night, and he was saying that he wanted people to DM her, affirmations because she thinks that she's in a situation where there's a lot of people that are just that they think she's a liar, that they don't believe what she's saying.
Reverse harassment. I'm saying it's anti-harassment. That'd be a better way to say.
No, that's what I was. And me calling in was a similar thing. I wanted to voice my support for what you were doing and say that I think you have been vindicated in many ways, and I think a lot of people in Destiny's community feel similarly. I'm not sure what your read on the totality of how many people are against him in this, and it may not matter. It may be the case that if there's a group of people who are, would denounce Destiny for what he did, but would say something along the lines of he's just growing, or this isn't going to stop me from engaging with his content. I don't know what's sufficient for you. I was just trying to voice my support. That's it. I mean, I had a post. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not saying that sarcastically, but I had a couple of points that maybe. Oh, are you talking? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm talking. I was whispering.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I have like a kind of shitty headphones, so regardless, I don't know. A couple of points of contention. That would be the main thing. Is that I was honestly kind of surprised because I do buy into the cult thing, where it's the whole thing with Donald Trump that he said he could go out onto Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and you still have a community. That is absolutely the case for Destiny. I think there is not to some extent.
Wait, listen. I think we gotta go to the next caller soon. Can we slow down? Can we speed up by slowing down? We just slow down.
ADHD.
Yeah, just take a second.
ADHD.
Take a second, and then you said. So I appreciate you congratulating me on my total and complete vindication. To quote Trump again.
You should try to make a Mrow plushie with makeshift.
Dude, my viewers peak at like 150. I don't think I'm gonna get like enough purchases for a Mrow plushie. Okay, I don't foresee a Mrow plushie in the near future. Okay. Why socks though? Were hoodies too expensive? I just don't have a hoodie design. I'll do hoodies eventually. I don't know when though. And
I appreciate the well wishes. You said you had a point of contention. Is there something you want to contend about?
I don't even know if it would be a contention. That was the main point. Is I wanted to convey that in my point of view that there is a substantial. I'm getting to it. I was just about.
No, I don't want you to get. I don't want you to. I'm getting to it. And again, I'm getting to it. Doesn't really make sense. You either are at it or you're not.
Or you're getting to it. I'm going to the store.
I don't want you to go there. I want to be there because we got to end this conversation.
I'll do it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, my only point was to say I think a large amount of his community is leaving and that they believe that what he did was horrendous and disqualifying, which I would tend to agree with.
Okay. Well, I agree with that too.
Okay, that's good. We're on the same page then.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna go to the next caller. And thank you for calling Mr. Hotline. I appreciate it.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Okay.
That guy sucked. I was not a fan of that guy. Not a fan of that guy. Put a Mrow socks V1 design onto a tie. I'd wear that to a funeral. I don't know if I can do that. That sounds awesome. Okay. Thank you for the 5 Australian, it seems.
All right. Everybody buckle your meta conversation seatbelts. Okay. I should have warned you. You know, but I want you to approach meta comments with an open mind, because meta comments prevent people from being manipulative, even if they don't know they're being manipulative, or evasive, or from pulling a lot of little tricks that you wouldn't notice unless you slow things down. And I think the speed with which Destiny speaks, the speed with which you're expected to speak when speaking in his community or his orbit, contributes to replacing the thoughts of the viewer, or preventing critical thought in the viewer, preventing critical thought in the orbiters, and it all serves to help him have narrative control. So there are times where I'm going to just say, we got to slow down, and
Mrow squeaky toy plush, so it doubles for humans or pets. Wow, thanks.
I'm, of course,
Awesome
immediately was
stuff.
sort of smeared as just like a guy who likes having meta conversations for no reason because I'm crazy. And I want you to rethink this assessment. And I want you to look how, if you make a condemnation of sexually predatory behavior, but you do it in a way that is like jumping around and going from thing to thing to thing, you can actually seriously soften what you're saying in a way that I think benefits abusers, in this case, Destiny. Okay. Hello?
There.
Hey, you had your camera on, but then you turned it off. Oh, it's back.
Yeah.
Oh, you just didn't want me awkwardly watching you while I speak to the chat.
No.
That's okay.
No, that's not why I turned it off.
Okay.
The no is saying you're wrong.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I was pretending to think you were admitting to it. It is weird. It's not.
Fresh light, please.
Thank you, Puddle Sucker. No promises. No promises.
Especially after everything I just said. It's a bizarre thing to do, but that's what I did.
How you been?
Very emotionally dysregulated, I would say, is the word.
Why have you been emotionally dysregulated?
Because it's just like all this shit that I kind of had to push down is all
What?
coming back up suddenly.
Black Mr. Girl fan. Interesting. Okay, here we go.
Or maybe not push down, but kind of try to leave behind and move on to other projects. And suddenly I feel thrust back into it all of a sudden. And it's a lot to deal with. And then watching this happen to Pixie Jerry is tough.
That's Benny O. Oh, is it? Benny. Okay. Benny is that... Fuck, I was watching J-Stock, and I'm pretty sure Benny was saying some, like, really dumb shit. Like, some really retarded shit. And I was like, why is this guy on the stream? I think Queeman was there. I don't know. I had a really bad first impression of Benny, right? I had, like, an insanely bad... Yeah, he calls into J-Stock. He can't help it. Okay. Okay.
I mean, they're getting a lot more support than you did the last time, right?
Yeah, but they also were violated in a way that I was not. So
True.
it's still pretty hard to watch.
This is a victory lap stream, right?
I don't know if that's really in my nature. So
No?
I don't. It's going to be more like a victory crawl.
Oh, okay. Well, it is in my nature. I want to start off
I know,
first and foremost by saying, fuck counterpoints, that stupid fuck. Fuck Dan, that dipshit. Fuck Destiny. Fuck the fans. Really, fuck the fans. I'm tired of these stupid ass fans. You know what the worst part about it is?
No,
the
what?
worst part about it is all
Speak
these
your
fucking
shit.
assholes, right? They're so brainwashed. Oh, yeah, what Destiny did was bad. What Destiny did was bad. What do you want me to say? That's not enough. It's not enough. You knew for the past month and a half what happened. But before that, you should have known when Mr. Girl came out with his article. And now you're starting to pretend again, more pretending, like releasing of these DMs.
I don't think you could plausibly get that Destiny was doing like revenge porn and spreading like sex tapes unconsensually with the Mr. Girl article. I don't think you could predict that, but I get the general sentiment, okay?
Just hey man, everybody makes mistakes. No, it wasn't a mistake. He's a sick fucker. He's a liar. He's a hypocrite. He's a piece of shit. And you've known that, or at least you should have. It's so obvious. All the times during the Red Pill arc, well, I don't even like young bitches. The biggest problem with me and Melina's relationship is she's too young for me. Right. At 30 years old. I have a sister who's 19. The idea that somebody who's 30, I'm not even 30 yet. The idea that somebody who's 30, who claims to hate young bitches, is going to show a sexually inexperienced sheltered 19-year-old.
He's like crying while this black guy's like speaking his shit. What?
Like, what kind of creepy, nasty bastard is just a liar? He just lies to you blatantly. But you still want to make it seem like it was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. This is what he does. Fucking dirty,
Dude, what is
liar.
this?
I never got to say this.
What?
At least not as many times as I wanted to. Remember during the Lefty arc? Oh, this is all the fans. Because I've been here for a long time. I've been a Destiny fan since 2016, 2017. Remember during the Lefty arc? When people were starting to say, like, Maddie Cage, oh, maybe he doesn't understand consent. It was prophetic. It was so she could see into the future. Like, that's so Raven.
What is happening?
He said, hey, if you think that I do any weird fucking shit, because that's the way he talks, weird fucking shit, I'm an open book. My whole life is on the internet. You can ask anybody you want. You can talk to anybody you want. Everybody knows that, and then the second Mr. Girl starts an investigation, he gets a nuke from orbit. That didn't reign as strange to you? No, it doesn't matter. As long as Destiny's protected, as long as the cult is protected, you people make me sick to my fucking stomach. That piece of shit, Dan. He goes on anything else, and he says, oh, Mr. Girl abuses his wife. Out of one side of his mouth, and on the other side of his mouth, he's saying, well, Melina used to call me and cry, telling me all these horrible things about Destiny. Maybe I should leave. And I said, well, if you feel like you're in an abusive relationship, maybe you should leave. What a stupid fucking retard. What a dumb fucking asshole. That's the best thing about Dan, is that he's so fucking dumb. Everything he tries to do, he sabotages. He's sabotaging his friend's defense, his fucking disgusting, in his own words, pedophile friend's defense. Oh, if you're 19, you're basically 15 to me. By his own definition, he sabotages his own fucking pedophile friend defense. He destroys his fucking crusade against Dan, whatever the fuck guy from Twitch, whatever the fuck that guy's name is. What a fucking asshole. Counterpoint. Dick sucker of the year. Dick sucker of the century. I hate you all. And Ukrainiana, fuck you too.
Fuck yes! Fuck Ukrainian Anna. Yes.
Like it's a cult.
Oh, the DGG?
Yeah.
I've been convinced that it's a cult since I started to get the inklings that it was a cult. It was sometime during the Red Pill arc. He had a debate with this guy called Angry Man, and he said something basically racist. Like, Destiny became very racist during the Red Pill arc because a lot of black men are homophobic, and so he would talk about or treat any black man that he's not very familiar with, which is like none because he doesn't have any black male friends, as if like they're automatically, without any question, homophobic. And so he was talking to the Angry Man guy, and the Angry Man guy made fun of his hair, and he was like, "Oh, I wish it was fucking 2011. The jokes that I could make." And I was like, "What? What were you gonna call him the N-word because he made fun of your blue hair?" And then I made a post in his subreddit, and people were like, they were vociferously arguing with me. They could not handle the idea that Destiny might be a little bit racist. So that's when I started to get the inklings. And then once, I think once you started to like get into seriously like heated debates with Destiny, I started to see the cults, the cultish, the brainwashing more and more clearly. So I do think it's a cult, yeah.
You mean like the Fuentes stuff?
Wait, say again? What was the question?
The Fuentes stuff?
What about it?
The Fuentes debates. Yeah, you said heated debates.
Yeah. It was around that time, but it wasn't really that. It was like after that, because after all the Fuentes stuff, the air had like shifted, and like the community started to dislike.
Revisionist history is crazy. Okay, Gringle. Oh, Gringle. Oh my God. What do? Do you post?
With very little to no pushback, people just believed all the things that he said about you.
If it's a cult, do you think these people are brainwashed? You're speaking about them like they're knowingly, you're calling them pieces of shit, and you're speaking about them. So I do believe that Destiny has no illusions about what he is doing and who he is. But Dan comes across to me like a true believer. Like I agree, he is sabotaging Destiny in a way, but it seems like he can't stop himself. Like he feels deeply emotionally driven. He fell asleep. I think he fell asleep on JStock's stream the other night just to try to be there to prevent me from talking about Destiny. And I think in a way, he's trying to prevent himself from thinking about Destiny by doing that. It's like he's trying to shut down dissenting voices, not for any practical, manipulative, intellectually sound reason. It can't be part of like a scheme or a plan because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't help Destiny. There's no way Destiny's watching that. And it's like, I'm glad Dan's doing that. Doesn't that make it seem like he is brainwashed? Like, truly?
Dan's a little bit different. I think you can maybe make that argument for like counterpoint to maybe Ukrainian Anna, but I actually think that Dan is like a malevolent person. I think for a while now I felt like Dan is like a.
I agree.
Dan is a malevolent person. I'm malevolent. Having a wish to do evil to others. Dan malevolent. Has Dan really done anything evil? Yep, he's Jewish. Okay, come on. He sticks by bullying Anna Mrow. Well, I obviously don't like that. I don't know if that's him trying to be malevolent though, right? He tried to kill Twitch, but it seems like he had like a decent moral reason as to why. If he's malevolent, I don't think it's self-aware. I don't think it's self-aware if he is. Okay, that's what I'll say. That's my take, official Mrow take, okay?
He's like extremely self-centered to the point where it's like...
In a way, he's also showboating for Destiny by talking about how self-centered he is. Isn't he just showing, pledging his fealty to the cult? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Brag about how self-centered you are?
I think he's pledging his fealty, but I think it's in a calculated way. I don't think that like he's doing it because he thinks it's the right thing to do. I think he's doing it because the anything else money is probably pretty good.
Okay. Maybe we disagree about Dan. You think that Connor and Anna are true believers? I want to try to
Mr. Girl talking to Darius like live. Okay.
Differentiate between opportunists, true believers, or mix. Because I do think it's a little unfair.
Bro, Gamma is debating Sammy on slurs. Hey.
It gets
Hello, Mrow. We're debating hate symbolism. What's up?
You're debating. Continue. Go ahead.
Stream. Okay, so Sammy, restate your position, please.
I cannot. He's live.
I don't even remember your position. To be honest,
it's a problem. Why is it a bad thing that I'm live?
I'm not a person.
Put somebody on the spot.
You're not. It doesn't matter. You're an individual. You're having a discussion. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's a discussion pulled out of fucking thin air.
Yeah, we just like I just came up. No, well, it's not on slurs. It's interesting you bring that up.
So really the conversation is about like hate symbolism.
Yeah, it's like if it's not funny, we agree that if it's a joke, it's probably excusable. But it's like I think if the joke's not funny, Gemma was like, you should just assume it's not serious. And my whole point is like, no.
That's not what I said. I said that generally.
Sammy, what's your favorite slur?
Okay.
I said that like generally speaking, if somebody is like posting.
Why won't you? What do you mean? What's wrong with saying your favorite? What?
I don't have a favorite slur. Thank you, though.
I do.
What's your favorite slur, Mrow?
I've said it to Sammy in DMs 3 times.
Did you call her the N-word?
Yeah.
Really? Can we see that? Can we see screenshots of that?
No.
Can we get eyes on this?
No.
Why not?
She's black, and I don't want to get in trouble because she's black.
This is not a good look, Mrow. This is not a good look. You should really be transparent as possible. You should be honest with your audience. You should know what you're calling people behind the scenes.
You supported the Big Lebowski. You vouched for the Big Lebowski. His rise is on you, motherfucker. All right.
To call someone who's literally brainwashed.
Piece of shit.
And I'm not saying it. When we're saying cult, we mean cult. Like I don't think either of us are using the term as an insult or a smear or an exaggeration. Right? It's not hyperbole. It's a literal cult.
Yeah.
Or are you saying it's cult-like?
Literal cult. It's close. It's not like the Manson family, but it's
okay. So if you don't believe it's literally a cult, then I see why.
I'm gonna munch on some chicken right now.
Hard on these people.
All right, guys.
It implies
if any of you even care, I guess.
I think there's been a level of deception and narrative control and confusion that while I think everybody has agency and is responsible for their own decisions, they're operating blind kind of, and they don't. I think they truly don't understand what they're doing, and so they can be held accountable and they should wake the fuck up. But I think acting as though they're totally sober and aware of what they're doing is a little unfair.
I understand the point that you're making. My only issue is like
No, he's talking about Ukrainian Anna, not.
Yeah, not Anna Ward. You can literally like you can listen to the people speak. Like not only can you listen to the people speak, like when you're not sure, you can just refrain from having an opinion. Like Brittany Simon, I never really had an opinion on her. The only thing about Brittany Simon that I felt was I didn't like that she said fuck you because I'm a fan of you. But outside of that, like I never really had a very strong opinion on Brittany Simon because I don't watch her content. I don't know anything about her. So when Destiny said fuck Brittany Simon, I didn't go along like, yeah, she was a crazy bitch the whole time and so if you do that, I think that like you're willingly.
I kind of want to rewatch the Brittany Simon video that she made on Destiny and Lauren Southern with my current lens, because I thought she was like a schizo insane bitch. But going like after this, I might go back and watch it. It was really quick, like 2x maybe, because I'm curious if I'm like Brittany Simon pilled now. All right, maybe she's based. Maybe I join her. What does she call her fan base? Like kittens? Maybe I'm a Brittany Simon kitten. Okay, maybe.
You could be more skeptical, especially in a community full of atheists. It's like I'm the Catholic who's looking at the atheists and being like, you'll just believe anything. It's like you could be more skeptical, and you just choose not to because you just love this guy so much. But that's to me that's willfully blind. And so if they're being willfully blind, there's a certain amount. Like obviously, I should probably have more vitriol for like Destiny or his orbiters than like the fans. But there's still some for them too. Like I don't look at Trump supporters and go, well, Trump just deceived you, so it's not fuck you. No, it's fuck you too. But like, yeah, it's fuck.
You think there's a civic duty to not be deceived by a demagogue?
Yeah, I do. I think you, in particular, put too much responsibility on platforms and the leaders of movements or cult or whatever, and not enough responsibility on the people who are involved or inside of the cult.
That's fair. It's a cult you can keep in your pocket.
DGG.
That's what Wannabe Sad Boy just said in chat.
I don't really know what that means. I'll tell you the honest truth.
A cult you can keep in your pocket? I think he's saying that when you think of a cult as being on like, a reservation somewhere. A compound out in the desert with topless drug addict girls and Charles Manson telling you who to kill. And so then when you see people just, coming home from their long day at work or at work, with their earbuds in listening to Destiny, it doesn't seem like it's a cult, but I think he's saying it's a portable cult. It has all the trappings and all the bad parts of a cult without the physical part.
I feel that.
Also, over-identify with the leader, give him as much of your money as you possibly can. It's like a cult without free food.
It's a pretty shitty cult.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you get to feel moral superiority over Destiny's enemies, at the very least.
Yep.
What was I about to say? To all the people who, I guess, have a problem with a quote-unquote victory lap stream, or with people, I won't say, taking the attention off of Pixie and Cherry, but, like, drawing attention to other things. Like, again, I want to reiterate, it's really important that you understand this is not an oopsie, he didn't make a mistake. This is what he's like. He's obviously a sick, narcissistic, sociopathic, whatever it is that you want to say, type of person.
I do agree. I think, I, going forward, really want to watch the rhetoric I use around Destiny, because I feel like unintentionally, or maybe subconsciously, I have downplayed it, maybe to myself and maybe to people that I talk to and maybe to people watching my streams, right? Destiny knew what he was doing was bad. He knew, and he still did it anyways. And Destiny didn't spread like revenge porn. Like, don't use a blanket term like that, right? Destiny didn't spread some girl's nudes. Don't use like a blanket term like that. Destiny spread a graphic sex tape between an at the time 19-year-old and him being in his like early 30s or late 20s. I think early 30s. He spread a graphic sex tape that was recorded with the consent of an at the time virgin who was very nervous about sex, who trusted Destiny. And he took that, he recorded it, and he spread it around. And I think, personally, I'm not going to like moral F over it too hard. If someone says he spread revenge porn or he spread nudes, whatever, like, I'll correct him, but I'm not, whatever, right? Gringle in the server, debate time. I don't know what I would debate Gringle on. I forgot why I was upset with him. Do we have any solid proof yet that D-Man recorded without consent? He recorded it with consent and spread it unconsensually. And then Cherry is alleging that she was recorded unconsensually. And then some other leaked DMs heavily insinuate that he recorded some grinder hookups unconsensually. He said not to take Mr. Girl serious. No, that was someone else. I banned him from chat and he didn't join the VC. So I believe Cherry. I believe her even more now that she's talked to J-Stock and J-Stock vouched for her. I believe Cherry. But I think a lot of people's language around this really does downplay what happened. I think the amount of trust that was violated in this situation is mind-boggling, and I don't think a lot of people use the correct language to convey that. I don't even think I'm using the correct language. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to find the correct words to say, right? But ultimately, the amount of consent and privacy and trust that was violated of a young woman is mind-boggling. It is disgusting to me. Mrow, look at topic suggestions. Okay, what?
I think people, when they shop for news, they look for stuff that makes them feel good.
But that's their main criticism of the mainstream media, right? That they just feed slob. Do you think you have people in your audience that probably go to you for that content slob?
Yeah, probably most of them. That's why there's like a joke where like if a certain video is coming out and people are watching in my stream and they all have like an opinion they think I have or whatever, and then I watch the full video and then I give a take, but it's the opposite. They spam that like the driving guy emote because they're all doing like a 180 because like, oh shit. So yeah, there are people that watch me that copy my opinion and should be doing more critical thinking, but I encourage people to think for themselves and to evaluate their stuff. And I try to I think my audience is pretty good at being critical of me. Like, for as much as people say I ban everybody that disagrees with me, like, there's a healthy amount of disagreement.
There's a decent amount of hate on your subreddit.
Serious stuff.
Person, like, he almost never admits when he's wrong. You know, maybe if you prove him to be wrong on something like 3 years down the line, he'll be like, oh, I'm trying to change my mind on this. But never in the moment will he ever, or even the next stream or the stream after that, within the month, be like, yeah, I was wrong about this. It almost never happens. Obviously he's inconsiderate and doesn't care about other people's feelings. Somebody who claims to understand consent wouldn't just send around pictures and videos of other people, record them from his pocket without them knowing. It's insane. And so the idea that people are like, not only is it insane, we've been telling you this the entire time, for somebody to be like, oh, you just want to make it about yourself. No, we want to make it about him as well as the victim, so that you understand that it's not an accident. This is what he does.
Also, really briefly, just to get out my thoughts, I think Connor, counterpoints, Cunny points, CP points. I think he downplays what Destiny did, like an insane amount, by just like calling him retarded. Like I feel like, and I don't exactly know how to back this up, and it maybe is a little silly for me to just like say my feelings without having something to seriously back it up. Whatever. Okay. I think calling him retarded takes away like an insane amount of agency on Destiny's end. Has Cherry ever lied before? If she hasn't, then yeah, maybe I would believe it a bit more. I don't think so. But as far as I know, she sent a part of the recording to someone to vouch and say that it's real. And she's placing criminal charges on Destiny for doing this. And Destiny's a fucking millionaire. So I don't see any reason why Cherry would lie about this. I see absolutely no reason. Yeah, I believe J-Stock heard it. That's what I'm referencing. I don't see any reason why she would lie. I believe her wholeheartedly. I believe her. I trust her. I don't think she's lying. I don't think this is something she would lie about. Yeah. But I do think Connor is indeed severely downplaying Destiny's actions by calling him things like retarded. I do think that. I also believe Merc. I do believe Merc. I think Connor is sweeping by saying he's retarded because I feel like that removes some sort of agency, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm too emotional, all right? Maybe I'm woman coded. Maybe I was written by a woman. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah. I feel like it's important to try to steer the narrative towards what I believe is the truth and away from what, people are saying in chat sarcastically. All he did was goon, chill out, guys. Like, the problem is that he's too sexual, not that he's too sociopathic.
Yeah. Like, there are plenty of people who are gooners. They don't, like, just violate people's consent. Especially when they claim to understand consent so well. Especially, like, when he wrote a whole manifesto on a person, saying that he's a bad person because he was sending around people's nudes without their consent. Especially, like, when his wife told him previously not to send her nudes around without consent. It's just, I can't believe it. I can't believe that Connor would go on that stream and say those things. It just doesn't. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Hey, Connor, would he be what would make him a predator? Maybe he did it like 12 times. He's done it at least 6. How do you feel now? What do you think? He should go to jail? You lost your mind?
But again, yeah, it's the true believer thing.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But
you would think that like
it doesn't make him look good. It doesn't make Destiny look good. I think it just feels like he has to say that. It doesn't make sense to me otherwise.
No, I agree. 1,000%. I think Connor's sweeping. I think I might watch the Queeman call with Lav and Connor. Because like immediately, like 5 minutes in, he tries to derail and he's like, Lav, didn't you say that Hassan fucked a 17-year-old? Right? So it's like, dude, it's so obvious. It's so fucking obvious what he's trying to do. So we might watch that after this, okay? We might. I have a lot. I have a lot, okay? I have a lot I want to watch. A lot of it older, all right? A lot of it older, but some of it new, okay?
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. So, how's the documentary coming along?
What documentary? Oh, it's good. Obviously, taking a few days off to deal with old demons surfacing, but documentary's good. I'm almost either done with interviews or no, I'm not done. I'm very nearly done with interviews, and I'm gonna start editing. I think Monday. I think the plan is to stop talking about Destiny on Monday, unless if he gets arrested, I'll probably make a comment. Maybe I'll try to cuff the ball of shame to a few more Orbiters' ankles if they leave in ways that I think are unfair to the victims and to everybody. But other than that, actually, there's two other things. I'm most likely interviewing someone from the report. I don't want to say who because I'm not sure if it's going to happen totally, but I think it is. So there will be
Ooh. Who do I think you would be interviewing? Who do I think you would be interviewing? My guess would be Anna. All right. Because would he say? Would he like? He could probably get an interview with Lav like really easily. I think it's Anna. It has to be Anna. It has to be Anna. It has to be Anna. That's my guess. Melina, would it be Melina? I think Melina might be more interesting. Actually, no. I don't know. I don't know who would be more interesting to hear. I think it's Anna. Melina would be crazy though. I did notice, right? A lot of people when Destiny divorced Melina, the narrative like quickly changed, like super quick. Melina's insane. Melina's crazy. Melina's trying to spread lies. I'm gonna sue Melina. Melina's insane. Melina's crazy. Like it changed really quick. But she wasn't crazy or insane while they were dating or while they were married, right? But the moment they divorce, suddenly she's insane. So I do find that really interesting. I mean, the obvious answer is Destiny is trying to smear, someone so they can't come out. Maybe. All right. He had a manifesto. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. It was insane. Utterly insane. Utterly crazy. I'm guessing Anna, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Mel.
Podcast about that or something, video. And then the other thing is I'm writing an article about Destiny. This one's only 4,000 words, so I expect all of you to read it for real this time.
Okay.
And that should be done tomorrow or Monday, probably tomorrow.
Ooh, new Destiny article. I'm definitely probably tomorrow, but maybe Monday. All right, I'm gonna go live tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna go live tomorrow, and probably Monday. I don't know. Anna sounds like she's still currently fucking with Destiny. No, I don't think so. No. She is. She was on J-Stocks. Was she defending Destiny on J-Stocks? Yes? What? No. She said they talked. Oh, that makes me so sad, dude. Come on. Dude. She asked me today if I was making a video on Destiny. I'm guessing I just can't go to her with questions about it, huh? I'm guessing I'm just not going to be able to ask her questions about this stuff. I'm kind of just going to have to watch streams. If she's like on his side. That's disappointing. Especially like given everything I know, that's disappointing. You're mischaracterizing her because of chat's misinfo. If she's going on JStocks and saying that she's still friends with him, unless that's like utterly fake. Bro, have you tried to get a better deal on these sales so you make more money? What? What? Better deal on what? I don't think she'll defend him, but she just accepts that that's how he is. That's disappointing to me. I don't think you should just settle. You shouldn't just, like, if someone's fucking evil, don't just be like, yeah, they're evil, lol. Right? I don't know. Anna said she's friendly with Destiny, but she 100% acknowledged that he's fucked. Okay, that's nice at least. I'll have to watch the JStock. Does anybody have a link to that JStock conversation? We could just watch that. If someone has a link, put it in topics and I'll watch it.
That's something to say to you. Now I have to call you out.
Okay.
Where is my pedophile narrative? What's your problem, man?
I've changed the name of my memoir to The Pedophile Narrative. No, I'm just kidding. The Pedophile Narrative is a video I said I was going to make by June of 2022. Maybe I said April the first time. It's been a while. And I just keep not making it. I don't know why. But this documentary obviously is addressing the subject somewhat. And then I think, I don't know. I don't know for sure if I'm going to make it, but I think I probably am.
Okay. I think I've said about everything I want to say. There's only one more thing, actually. I remembered. Because, you know,
getting sick of talking about pedophiles is like getting sick of ice cream. You don't think it's possible, but at some point it starts to, just a little bit of like, maybe I don't want to spend another several months doing this. But those narrative videos don't take that long to make, so
you know,
I'll probably do it. Okay, what's the last thing you want to say?
It's just more. Okay, no, this is probably not the last thing. I probably have one more thing after.
Okay, but then I gotta go to the next caller.
Okay. I just remember some more cult shit. Like when you first started your investigation, Doobie hit you up and he was like, "Oh, I think I have information that Destiny raped somebody."
Yeah, Doobie snaked me out.
Like a good cultist does, like a good brainwashed little lemming does. And he said, "Oh yeah, tell me." And then like he released the DMs and everyone was like, "Woo!" And I was like, "So Doobie lied?" And then Mr. Girl said, "Oh, is this true?" And then he said, "No, it's not." And somehow this is cause for celebration. Like this is like a win. It's like you people are sick. You people are crazy. Like it was a wild time. This is a wild time. Anybody who's still defending Destiny, you're a wild nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. You're a wild ass nigga. But the last thing I want to say, did you? This is a little awkward. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
And it's public. Did you get emotional from my rant?
Did I get emotional from your rant?
Yeah.
Is my camera not on or something?
No, it is.
So what are you answering me? Yes. You mean was I coincidentally crying while you were ranting?
I guess that was a dumb question.
I mean, if you just want to make sure.
Yeah, I was a little unsure at first. But why? I'm genuinely curious.
Perception that I am a narcissistic, self-involved, main character syndrome psycho. This is going to probably rub some people the wrong way. I have trouble identifying myself as a victim or truly feeling outraged when I think I've been wronged. I feel that I have to force myself. I'm getting much better at it, but I feel I have to force myself to feel outrage when I think something bad is happening to me. And so I think hearing you voice outrage on my behalf and on other people's behalves, like this is why when I talk about myself being abused emotionally, or I talk about myself being harassed and was like absolutely horrendous, horrible harassment, I don't really cry. I don't really get that emotional talking about that. But I noticed this. writing the report, the section about Darius and his dog.
I don't know about the Darius and the dog thing. Is this... I might. Is it Darius's dog died and then Destiny made fun of him or blamed him? Am I correct in that? No, it was sick. It was sick. He needed money for vet bills and Destiny made fun of him. Melina was laughing about the dog dying. What? He needed a lot of money to treat. He ran over it, very sad. Not the right dog. You're thinking of someone else's dog. Check DMs. Let's see. Let's see.
Destiny is a popular political streamer and the resident debate bro. Someone who most streamers within a sphere ain't.
Is there like a timestamp I'm supposed to be looking at? Dog. Dog drama.
Boyfriend, bro. The dog drama is one of Darius's all-time dramas. Sometime in early 2022, Darius and his girlfriend at the time, Tsuchiya, were wrapped up in financial issues when they decided to adopt a puppy for free. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as a free lunch, and the canine would end up costing more than intended, as the dog developed parvo, to which Darius ended up forking around $4,000 to have the puppy treated. But then after that, the dog contracted a virus that is apparently 90% fatal to dogs. Darius was committed to saving the puppy and needed around $10,000 to do so. Therefore, he decided to set up a GoFundMe to help raise some cash to save the poor dog's life. Melina, Destiny's girlfriend, was not a fan of this and proclaimed that Darius was being very irresponsible to adopt the puppy, and that if he didn't have enough money, he should probably just put the dog down.
What? No, dude, that's crazy. What the fuck? I don't get it. The dog would make a good dinner. Yes, food shops, we understand that you're Asian, okay? We get the joke, buddy. Congrats. Congrats. Congrats, buddy. We get the joke. We get it. Did you guys know that I'm Asian? Did you guys know that I'm Asian? Asian people eat dogs. Did you guys know that? I'm actually Asian. Like, the joke is that I eat the dog because I'm Asian. Do you guys get the joke? Do you guys get the joke? Do you guys get the joke? We get it, food shops. We get it, buddy. All right?
Allegedly, at some point, either the DGG chat or Darius's own chat, Melina mocked and teased Darius for having to put the dog down, which infuriated Darius to the point where he retorted with telling Melina to go unalive herself.
$60K a year. We were doing relatively fine financially. The only reason why things ended up getting fucked is because it's probably things that you know about or whatever. When like. You know, and like I literally ended up getting really financially fucked until this month. I don't have like fucking Melina money, and I guess that's where like it seems like I'm really financially fucked because Melina's like, let's go to Aruba, let's go to Dubai, and like, yeah, nigga, I don't have fucking $1,500 fucking dollars to go fucking buy a flight, and she's like, how do you not have that? I'm like, nigga, I make like $50K a year. I'm a fucking inflation-based fucking place. She has no understanding of that, so it sounds like a lot more that I'm poorer than I am, but I have money to go do things. I can go out to fucking.
Okay, hold on, chill. Firstly.
However, Trainwrecks, this reads like a bad, like, and then Trainwrecks walked into a bar. Trainwrecks came in clutch and donated $10K to Darius so he could save the dog's life. And luckily, that expensive dog is alive today. Now, there was a grudge that built between Melina and Darius, and the two would clash on Destiny's stream. But a debate about a dog would turn into something more inherently intrusive. Apparently, a few weeks before all this went down, Melina and Darius had a encounter while together. This is so. I love this community. I'm grinning ear to ear. Okay, so you see, Destiny and Melina were on a break, and Darius was also having issues with his girlfriend Tsuchiya, so the two decided to hang out together in Austin, Texas. Now, nothing really sexual happened, but Darius did point out one night where he and Melina were sleeping in the same bed, while Melina was wearing lingerie, and from Darius' perspective, he claimed that Melina was pushing her buttocks into his crotch. Melina admittedly denied this, and the two would debate on stream over this, as well as the situation with that happened the next day where Darius said he was going to take MDMA, but warned Melina that he may become infatuated with her while on the substance. Melina took this as Darius confessing his love to her, which freaked Melina out and made everything really awkward between the two. The situation seemed to be a deep-rooted...
Thank you, Quack. Thank you, buddy. I think that's where we'll start. Listen, this is fucking vile. These people are fucking vile.
And still,
oh
every
my
time I
god,
would think about the dog, I would just like start sobbing uncontrollably. So I think that not that I don't advocate for myself or stand up for myself. Like obviously, I will.
Dude, listen. All right, I need to open up to you guys. I need to tell you about the time that I sobbed uncontrollably. All right, How old was I? Let me Google. Let me figure out how old I was. This was 2019. This would have been 6 years ago. What day did it come out? Hold on. I guess it doesn't matter. I would have been roughly I would have been 16, 15 or 16, I think. Listen, all right? I was watching How to Train Your Dragon 3, okay? And listen, I was watching it. I think I was watching it for my birthday. So I probably would have been 16. I was watching it with my mom because me and my mom went to the movies for my birthday, okay? And I was watching it, and at the ending, I was like, I'm gonna cry, but I held it in, okay? I held my tears, all right? I held my tears, and afterwards, we had to go to like a hardware store to get not a hardware store, like we had to get a new fridge, I think, a fridge or a washing machine or some shit. And I was looking at the washing machines with my family, and in the middle of the department store, I start sobbing because I think about the ending of How to Train Your Dragon 3, and how Hiccup has to give up his dragon, dude. I start crying, okay? I start crying in the middle of the department store because I think about How to Train Your Dragon 3 ending. I held my tears in the theater, okay? But the moment I saw the fridges in the department store, I start sobbing. You guys seen that shit? You guys seen that shit, dude? Okay. Awesome movie. All right. Astrid can get it. Okay, Castro. Jesus Christ.
I can be pretty maybe annoying about calling shit out. But so it's not an intellectual thing where I don't see when something bad's happening to me. Obviously with Destiny there were times where I also didn't see it, but it's that I don't feel it. And so a lot of my defensiveness of myself is like it's like manufactured outrage. It's like if I were my own child and then somebody's like beating my child up in front of me and I'm like, well, that's my kid. I really should do something about this. I don't feel a protective like surge of rape.
How do you feel about the live action? I don't care that the characters are like different races or different hair colors or whatever than the actual like movie. I don't really care because ultimately if the acting's good, the acting is going to be good, but it feels really forced, right? It feels really forced that Astrid's a fucking black girl. I don't care that she's black. It just feels forced. It feels like they chose like different race actors for just it doesn't like, I don't give a fuck that she's black. It's just like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be good. Like, is she a good actor? I don't know if she's a good actor, but it just feels so forced. It just feels so forced. If it's good, it's good. I don't care, but it just feels so fucking forced. They could have used more accurate actors, but they didn't. And it's like, okay, it kind of feels lame. It kind of feels like the movie's gonna be shit. And in order to get people to watch it, they had to drum up controversy. So they chose like a black actor, right? I don't know.
Age like the one that you're showing. I wish I did. I feel it for the dog. I feel it for Pixie and Cherry. But and obviously others. You know, I think everybody first kind of saw it with Lav. My call with Lav, where I became very emotional hearing about how she'd been treated, even though it's kind of similar to how I've been treated. But seeing it happen to her, I can just feel it much more clearly. So I think that's why.
I see.
I think it's something I should work on. I don't think this is like a great quality of, that I don't feel that. But
well, if I may, I think I think obviously too much in one direction is not good, but I think being able to maintain a level head while people are like saying heinous things about you probably has served you well to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of the content that you make. Like, it'll be a lot more difficult for people to take you seriously, even though it's difficult already when say pedophile after the Cuties review, if you're like screaming and crying about not being one.
True. I think there's a benefit to it, but I would like to be able to, if I could regulate those emotions but still feel them. When I talk about Pixie and Cherry, I am dysregulated. I cannot control my emotions, or I can control what I'm saying still, but I obviously can't like handle it. So I get what you're saying. Nobody wants to watch me make a horribly provocative and offensive video and then break down crying when people criticize it. So yeah. I'm not working on that, but
you're working on just being able to feel it at all.
Well, I don't know. That'd be interesting though. I make a horrible, provocative video that I know is going to make me look like a pedophile, and then I go on streams where people call me a pedophile and I just sob uncontrollably. I could see that working too for my career. I don't know. It's a different trajectory, but it's something I am open to exploring.
It'd definitely be funny.
That would be funny. I agree. I agree, Benny.
I mean, me crying right now is funny. It's funny that people are like, he's making this all about himself. He's the main character, and then I go on stream and start crying about it. That is funny. All right, I gotta go to the next caller.
All right, see you later.
See ya. I gotta blow my nose.
Haha.
I have 2 reasons to keep tissues in my office, but I still don't have any. I'll be back in a second.
All right.
Okay.
They're making a case that outside of Destiny really sipping in his own muck here, it's probably like at least 10 or 20 so-called orbiters, I guess you would say, or Destiny career makers that are probably going to be cooked after this. And I wanted to start with her because, in my best estimation, Destiny seems to have. Personally, I think this isn't the biggest scandal. Let me start with that. Your Mr. Mrow report on him was like riddled with at least 5 other things I can think of, anything from like DDoS Kid to Blue Tea. I think the deeper problem on a more curative level in terms of like who Destiny is as a person is.
I don't want to go back because I don't want to miss the timestamp that I already jumped to, but what is he? Blue Tea. I feel like the Blue Tea stuff is relatively relevant. I don't understand what he's exactly what he's referencing.
Dreamer. Like the sex pest, the Coomer, whatever. I think that's pretty stupid. Just even talking about that element of it. Manipulative isn't even the right word. He's very good at implementing what seems like probably some level to, I think you called it psychopathy to you, essentially.
Wait, you think it's stupid to talk about him violating the consent of these women? Why?
No. I'm completely on your side.
Yeah, but you said stupid to talk about.
Yeah, because...
What? Why?
Okay.
Well, when you say that, it sounds like you're not on my side, because that's my side. I said we should talk about that. Not that we can't talk about anything else, but I just think minimizing sexually predatory behavior, criminal sex crimes. I don't want to minimize sex crimes.
Kind of, but like, okay. So let me start here. You admit that there are things in your original report that probably far outweigh this quote unquote scandal that seems to be cooking him pretty bad this time, right?
Far outweigh?
Far, like 10 times, yeah, at least. If this on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate this.
I'm gonna eat some more chicken. Fuck it.
Everything from like traffic light violations.
I don't want to do this. I don't want victims of predatory behavior to listen to you casually come up with a rating system and then talk about stuff that you think outweighs their agony by a factor of 10. I don't want to do this. So, what is your point? That we already knew things that you think are worse, and you're asking me if I think they're worse? I don't know. It's all, to me, really bad, and I don't see a utility in comparing the badness of each thing. To me, they're all just part of the same picture.
Okay. Did Nathan send you the video I sent him to you to vet? If not, I can send it to you right now. Like a minute and a half.
To vet?
Yeah. Well, because I think they were screening originally.
Do you want me to play a video?
Yeah.
What is it? I don't think I want to play a video. What is it?
Okay, so let me reduce down my original point, and then you can decide if you want to play the video. Destiny has in my opinion, a particularly worse effect. And not so much as crimes or legality, but he has an ability to...
Two out of the three callers here have been atrocious. Hopefully it gets better.
Almost invert reality at will. There was a person, like I said, I'll link this, you don't have to play it, but there was a person like years ago who... Oh, it's not even attached. There was a person years ago who went on Destiny's stream, and he does these sort of casual call-outs where it'll be like, disagree with me on my take on why cheese pizza is better than pepperoni, or why Star Wars 1 is Star Wars 2. And in this video, you can see it in real time, the same foundational tactic that he's implementing here. It's not working because too many people hate him. But he goes on a 1.5-minute long bit with this guy in a video about something as simple as when the weekend after next is, which to the same person, you'd say, this week is this weekend, the weekend after that is the weekend after next. He has an ability to, it's not manipulation so much as it is, have you ever done a talent show before?
A talent show?
A talent show, yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, I assume when you first came onto the scene, maybe your first live stream or whatever, there was a degree of self-doubt being in the spotlight with this sort of planet of audience that had now come into your liking, but with some kingmaker determining who's right and who's wrong. You call it narrative control. Yeah.
I didn't have self-doubt?
No?
I don't think so.
Okay. Maybe it's not you then.
I have self-doubt, just I don't think I felt self-doubt about streaming.
Okay, that's cool. Destiny is able to have sort of a reverse. I think he calls it Emperor has no clothes, but he'll convince you that the Emperor with clothes on actually doesn't have clothes. And as bad as the effects of this have borne out to be in this particular instance, when you're able to mass indoctrinate your fan base or community into believing that a 15-year-old and his father are essentially fair game and sort of a vigilante justice.
You're talking about his plan to kill the DDoS kid and his father because he was interrupting the streams.
Personally, I would use like conspiracy to commit double homicide if we're being super specific, but sure. Because when we say plan to kill, it's not like, girls.
Yeah, literally plans
like,
to kill.
Actual addresses, times, who knows what.
Yeah.
Can I ask you another question? It's related.
You haven't asked me any questions. Where's another?
Okay, then I'll ask you the first question.
Okay.
Do you think Destiny's killed people before?
I have no idea, but I think he would.
What? Do you think Destiny has killed people? Are you retarded? What? You think Destiny's killed people before? Dude. Wow. Dude. Awesome stuff. I'd kill myself if I met Destiny IRL.
Okay.
So basically he has. True. Okay, I mean, hey, I can't argue with the facts.
The point is, I don't think he actually is a psychopath. I don't know the pathology, but Destiny seems like a very vindictive, but a cold, vindictive person on essentially any issue. Over the past 2 months, I don't know who's watching, who's been following.
This feels like it's meandering a lot, and I want us to focus up. Can you just say the thing that you think? Because it feels like we're going all over the place, and in a way that feels a little irresponsible.
Irresponsible how?
Well, again, like I said, the stream...
You think Destiny's dangerous, though, correct?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's coming out that he's secretly recording people while they have sex. If that's true, and I believe it is, then that makes him dangerous. And he's planning to kill somebody, which I wrote about. That makes him dangerous. He's done a lot of things that would make me think he's dangerous. Yes.
But the common thread isn't that he's dangerous, correct? Like, there's a reason behind it. He's not just willfully sadistic.
I think he's...
Okay, he's not a maniac. He's not a murderous psychopath, correct?
What is your point, dude? You gotta get...
Thank fucking dude, what is this?
That's your point, or we gotta get to the next call, because this is your last attempt to say what your point is.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out if this is Harry Potter 1 or Harry Potter 7.
Okay, well, thanks for calling in. Okay. All right, we're gonna tighten this up a lot. So from now on, if you get in the call and you don't know what you're talking about, as defined by me, if I think you don't know what you're talking about, we just have to go to the next person. I have completely new info and would like to share it on stream. No, you can DM me something if you want. If it's not made public, it's likely I will not make it public here.
Dude, why? Holy fuck! There's so many fucking retards on tonight. What is this? What is this?
This is not like a gladiatorial. I know the title of the stream, and it's probably my fault. This is not supposed to be like a gladiatorial, entertaining drama show. I want to talk about what's happened, about my feelings and thoughts, people's changing feelings and thoughts, and sort of try to do some repair. Repair, yes, my reputation. Try to shepherd what's happening into a responsible direction where I can see Pixie and Cherry and any other victims.
Hotline is probably my least favorite. I think, the hotline can be good if you get a good caller. However, I do think what was the therapy shit called that he used to do? He would like Mr. Girl, whatever the fuck, right? Like that shit. I liked that because it was like you would come in with something pointed. Yeah, advice and confessions. You'd come in with something pointed and you'd have a serious discussion about it. And it would be very, very, in my opinion, interesting to listen to. Right? I did enjoy that show. I didn't listen to much of it, to be fair. You know, I did like what I heard. We might watch a little bit of that. Maybe not today, but eventually. Eventually we will. I think. All right. Yeah, I agree, Q.
Hold Destiny accountable. And I want to help people who are questioning or confused or angry or about like what's happening, about the rug being pulled out from underneath them, who feel betrayed by Destiny. I want to help them like process what's happening, or help us all process. I guess that's what it is. It's a processing stream, not oh my god, another plane hit the towers thing. I don't want to do that. Okay. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Carson.
Hello.
So Destiny is a criminal, and Benny is right. All of his fans knew and they didn't care. So the rest of this...
he's never been charged with a crime as far as I know. So I don't know if we can call him a criminal, or he's never been convicted of a crime.
I believe he's self-admitted to things that are a crime. Is that not the case?
Saying you did a crime doesn't make you a criminal in a journalistic sense.
True. I can see that. So I want to talk about orbits.
Okay.
And the rest might have already occurred to you, so interrupt me if I'm talking shit that you already know.
Okay.
But like I said, Benny is right. All of his fans don't care. The real ones. The ones that post on Reddit all acting all shocked are either faking or something is going on there. And this means to me that he gets to keep having a stream and he gets to keep having influence. It's possible he even gets invited onto things in a couple months. And I want to talk about attacking his orbiters. I think you should keep doing that. I think his orbiters are accessories to criminal behavior, and that one of the ways you can permanently harm him is to make it seem unattractive to be a Destiny orbiter. So, for example, going after Pisco, going after Ukrainian Anna, going after Not So Erudite, especially Not So Erudite, given that she was directly involved in trying to talk down the primary victim in this case from doing it.
I think warning people. I've said this before, but those when you're cave diving, you know, when you go cave diving, and you've probably seen the memes where there's a sign that's like, if you go past this sign without cave diving training, you are going to die.
So I've had nightmares about cave diving where I get stuck like that poor fool who was upside down.
These are... Quickly, I'm getting uninterested in this. We might move on. All right. We might skip ahead or move on, but very quickly, I'm getting a little uninterested in these callers. Okay.
Hours with this.
Well, that was just caving. This is cave diving.
Okay.
Caving's dangerous. Don't get me wrong. Caving is dangerous. Cave diving, that's a whole other thing, brother. That's a whole other thing.
I see.
Kenny
That's it,
calls in?
that's for the
Okay,
water.
that's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pay me enough money.
Okay, well, so if you look up, they'll go down there and put a sign there that's like, if you don't have proper training and equipment and you go
Like the
past
stream,
sign-
guys? That is true. Okay, 150 people watching, 70 likes, 80 of you. 80 individuals sitting at home, watching this fucking stream, freeloading. All right, I don't even care. You don't even have to donate. I love your money. All right, donate if you would like to. I'm insanely appreciative for all the donos you guys are willing to bestow upon me. But come on. Come on, guys. Come on. All right? Come on, like the stream, okay? Like the stream. Thank you.
Sign, you're going to die a horrible death. And that's what I was thinking when I wrote the Destiny report. I want that to just be like, anybody who's like, I'm hearing these, blue tea, what's that? DDoS, what is this? What is that? I want people to be like, this is a sign. It's a really big sign. It takes a while to read, but it's a full ass sign that says, don't. And I've never thought of that as like, this will really harm Destiny or cut off his ability to gain power or whatever. It's more like, I don't want to see people end up like me or I don't want, what's happening to Erudite right now, the decision she's having to make, you don't want that to happen to you. It sucks.
No, that appears to be a living nightmare hellscape.
The cognitive dissonance she must be experiencing is like insane. And like, so I have mixed feelings about it, obviously. I have anger towards her, but I also have like empathy for the awful position that she's in. Okay, so yeah, I have empathy for Kyla.
I guess that's in character for you. So the other thing, sorry, were you going to bring something else up?
No.
So the other thing I want to talk about is your orbit.
Ooh.
So you've got a problem.
Okay.
Which you've actually touched on earlier, which is it felt really good to be accepted. To be able to say the shit you do and not get suspended from school or arrested or...
Yeah, damn.
So...
Getting arrested for talking is a wild feeling.
So I will admit, I actually read that story about you way before I knew it. And my opinion of you in that moment was pretty negative.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was not too happy with the journalists in that case. Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
they basically were total assholes about it.
They were. And there's like, you're a journalist. You don't care about free speech. Like, fuck you. You're going to throw me under the bus so I'm getting arrested for talking? Fuck you. But this stream is really supposed to be about like what's happening with Destiny. And so if you want to bring up my problem with my orbiters, let's keep it really brief.
All right. Actually, like I said, I don't need to talk about it.
Okay.
Some other time. Thank you for the time.
Thanks for calling.
Curious. All right, is the next call going to be Kenny? Hopefully, maybe.
Not So Erudite unfollowed Destiny. That's good, but that's like movie star shade, you know? Aubrey Plaza, unfollowed, whatever. I want to see a clean break. A concise statement that does not mention President Sunday or anyone but Destiny and possibly some victims. That concisely states and condemns his behavior and what she's going to do about it. Smith says, I'm not an orbiter. Activate the tractor beam. Full power.
Wow. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Truly.
Hello?
How you doing, man?
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. So how you doing throughout this whole shit show?
Well, like I said, it's been very emotional, a lot of mixed feelings.
Right.
It's been a lot to deal with, I think, for all of us, really. Not just me. Yeah. It seems like, obviously the victims, but even a lot of the fans that are leaving, I think, feel really betrayed and rug pulled, and it seems like everybody's going through a lot right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Just before I get into my questions, you mentioned something, this other guy, this other Darius, and his dog. I didn't hear about that story. I haven't actually read your report. I'm just wondering what was going on with that. If you don't mind talking about it.
Why don't you read the fucking report? There's a summary section.
Yeah.
It's about 1 page long, and it tells you everything that Destiny did in 1 page.
Okay.
It will take you probably, based on screenshots and recordings, the interviews I did were mostly about getting people to give me screenshots and recordings, and getting people to tell me their perspective, make sure I'm not like misunderstanding stuff.
Well, I was talking about, what do you think of Sunday?
Silence.
With her.
Or her career. I don't think that's the case either. Yeah, you're saying cutting off personally versus professionally?
Yeah, personally.
Kenny!
I mean, yeah, he could just... Thank you for calling Mr. Girl Hotline. How can I help you?
Kenny?
You're muted.
Kenny?
You're muted.
Kenny?
You're muted.
Kenny?
Nathan, this guy's muted.
Kenny?
Then stop explaining their motivations. Okay. No, don't stop. It's interesting. And it gives us something to mull over.
Kenny? Where is he? Fuck!
They were also selling her a lie that it could be kept secret.
Fuck! Kenny, no! Kenny! Fuck!
Just enter a, get a legal settlement that says that she won't sue him, and then smear her, or do whatever. Not the kind of person you want to trust. Hello?
Hello?
Kenny!
So, what I want to talk about is, like, Dan did, like, a stream on anything else, and I'm just interested in what's your thought about like, cutting people off, it feels like, Dan and Erudite, like, I think it's a good thing to keep Steven as a friend, even though, after all what he did. I feel like... Okay.
Yeah, you're saying cutting off personally versus professionally?
Yeah, personally.
You're asking if I would cut someone off if they behave this way? Or what are you asking?
No, like a more general question, like, when should you cut a friend off?
I guess when you want to or feel the relationship's bad for you. I mean, there's still a way to be friends with Destiny if you're Erudite, but he's got to be like Hannibal Lecter. Like, you're not going to trust him with anything. No financial ties. You're not going to say anything to him in private that you're not comfortable being heard in public. If you want to make him like your project of like, I want to rehabilitate the psychopath, and assuming he's interested in that, then, I think it's fine to keep in touch with somebody. It's fine to have a pen pal who's like a serial killer in prison. Like, I don't, but it depends on like what the friendship consists of. Like, if you're aware of him committing more crimes and you're not telling anyone, then obviously no. Yeah, so
I'm thinking after the Kenny call and we move on to other content. We've been going for almost 3 hours. Okay.
Because I just feel like they're being disingenuous. Like, both Dan and Erudite was like, I'll give him one more chance, even after all that he's done. I just feel like there's something more to it than just being like, Dan said he's my friend for 15 years. I'm not gonna come off after just this. I believe he's remorseful, and I'll give him another chance. I just feel like he's lying.
Maybe. I think it does seem like if 5 more victims come forward, Dan will probably still be his friend. I think you're right. But again, I don't really want to speculate about this, even though I just did. Like, not who cares, but I just don't think it's really pressing to talk about, because again, it's a weird, confusing situation for them, and they're in denial. I think they're in a cult, so like, I don't put a whole. I think they're enabling an abuser with these statements. As far as like what's best for them personally, I just don't think it's super relevant to talk about right now, and I don't want to.
Okay. Like, have you seen Destiny's like recent DGG log of him like going after everybody?
From a couple days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about that? You think like why? Maybe I'm just like perplexed on like why he's doing this. Like, he doesn't need to say anything.
This is some of what my new article is going to be about, but I think what he's doing is taking some of the anger at him that comes from the cognitive dissonance of admiring this person, thinking he's going to save American democracy by being the next Joe Rogan, and feeling betrayed by him, and seeing that he really is not who he says he is. And I think that creates anger, rage, and cognitive dissonance, and I think that he redirects that anger at other people. And so every Destiny controversy, every time Destiny does something that is questionable or immoral, there's always a villain. Every story about Destiny doing something wrong has a villain who is worse than Destiny, and that villain becomes the target. So you say Destiny leaked Blue T's nudes, the immediate response is, well, then she went on Twitter, and she hacked into his Twitter, posted a picture of his dick, and locked him out of his Twitter, which is true. But that doesn't change what he did. It doesn't change what kind of person he is. Also, which of these two people am I going to trust? Someone who leaks nudes just for fun, or someone who, when she gets her nudes leaked, she steals your Twitter and posts a picture of your dick? Like, the second one, I'm like, I kind of want to be friends with Blue T. Hearing that, it makes me want to be friends with her more than I did before I heard it. So, but in the Destiny, narrative explanation of this,
I agree.
It's okay that he did that because of what she did. And there's
listen, what Blue T did was fucking based. Destiny fucking deserved it. Destiny is a scumbag, rotten piece of shit. Okay. Definitively a rotten sack of shit, and he deserved the blue tea shit. 1,000% deserved. And when I'm about to say something, and I know the main reaction is going to be, oh, it was fucking 2012. It was a different time, whatever. I don't give a fuck. All right. I don't give a shit. Okay. DGG's reaction, the whole dicks out for Destiny movement, fucking vile. The fact that this guy's entire audience, I'm paraphrasing, I know it wasn't every single person, but the fact that this guy's entire fucking audience, that this guy's entire community saw what happened, and instead of saying, oh, you leaked a girl's nudes, that's weird, they all sided with him and posted their cocks in solidarity. Imagine being a victim of something so fucking heinous as having some of the most private thing you could ever have ever. That stuff gets leaked, right? You're a victim of that. You're a victim of essentially revenge porn. And then everybody sides with the person who leaked your nudes. Fucking disgusting. I don't give a shit that it was 2012. I don't care that it was a different time. I don't care that it was a different era of the internet. Absolutely fucking vile. And I don't give a fuck. People, like, that is why people supported him through that is mind-boggling. I don't care if they supported him after it, okay? If it's one fuck up, if it's just once and it never happens again, sure. I don't care. But it's happened, like, this weird sex shit has happened so much, so often, over 10 years. Fucking crazy that people supported him at all through that. Fucking insane.
Always an explanation of that. So I think this has just worked really well for him in the past. I think it'll work with the core base, that I can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue base. And you see Trump do the same thing. When Trump is accused of doing something immoral or wrong, he will come up with stupid, lame nicknames for people. I'm Mr. Rapist. And then...
Jew stalker.
Jew soccer, give you your marching orders. Don't criticize me. Go harass these people. They're the bad guys. And it's the same. It's really easy to see if you're not a Trump supporter. And I think most Destiny fans at this point are probably not Trump supporters. So you see Trump do the same thing. Comes up with the nicknames. The supporters have cognitive dissonance because he is not who he says he is. He's not who they think he is. It's really plain to see if you're not like in the cult. And then all of that anger, which should be at him for disappointing them, is all redirected at whoever, Nancy Pelosi, Lav.
Yeah. One last thing though.
Yeah.
You know, Destiny was always going about, I want to make my community more like woman friendly, right? Like, obviously I didn't buy it because the stuff he does, like, but now this, like, I think people are waking up. But on a Destiny community Twitter, people are like, will we still like follow Destiny after this? But like, this will pass. I'm like, I don't think you could be a female DGGer anymore after this. I think it's like too much. Like, after all these warning signs, after all these events, this has to be a breaking point. Like, DGG has to be like a boys club only now.
I think there will still be women who are interested.
Okay, thanks for the call in.
But I don't mean to demean those women. I'm saying that.
Okay.
W. Kenny.
Part of what creates this power imbalance is the kingmaker nature of Destiny. Like, there are women who don't care if sexual videos of themselves get out. There are women who do porn. So, say you're an OnlyFans creator, and you're like, so I have sex with this guy, and he sends the video around, and I get, thousands of dollars per month added to my income. Like, fuck it, whatever. Like, if people like Destiny and Harvey Weinstein were carpet cleaners, for example, they would not get away with what they get away with. They would not be able to victimize people. And this is often reframed as greed. Victims are greedy. Ashley Judd is greedy because she wanted to be a movie star. Rose McGowan is greedy. That's why she was there. Why are you meeting Harvey Weinstein in a hotel room anyway? Because you want money, you greedy bitch. But everybody wants money. Everybody needs money. That's capitalism. You have to make money. What is more appealing than the idea of being able to be safe, well-liked, famous, powerful? You have these things dangled in front of you, but it's not like a bag of gold being dangled in front of you. A bag of gold is a bag of food. That's housing. That's medical bills. That's your parents' medical bills. That's a car. That's freedom. That's time. That's retirement. That's your kid's college education. That is what is being dangled in front of you. And that is why you ignore warning signs of sexual predation, and that is why when you are predated upon, you start coming up with ways to rationalize what's happening and go into denial. And that's why when you see it happening to other people, you're like, well, maybe I can broker some kind of deal since they're both my friends. It's the denial of the power differential and the structure of the system and the structure of the cult. So given all that, like the lure is still there. I think more women will become ensnared. They might think, well, I can handle it. I'm smart. I'm funny. And then find out that Destiny is about 10,000 times more malicious and psychopathic than they thought hearing these stories, even now. So I don't think it's like you can't be a female DGGer. I do think you can't be safe as a female DGGer. But I don't think it'll be like, obviously there'll probably be a drop in the number of women that want to watch this shit. But as far as orbiters and women who just, I mean, look at Michael Jackson, an obvious pedophile, obvious child molester.
What? No, not Michael Jackson. What? I've been saying this shit, bro. I've been fucking saying this shit. Okay, Michael Jackson. Why the fuck would a grown adult want to sleep in a bed with little kids? Fucking weird. Insane. Weird. Oh, I'm actually like mentally 12. I'm calling you and I want your kid to come to my ranch where he's going to sleep in the same bed as me. Fuck, dude, Michael Jackson is a freak. Michael Jackson is a freak. And you know what? I'll fucking say it, okay? I'll fucking say it, all right? His music, not even that good. Not even that good. His music, I'll even go a little further. His music is shit. His music is shit. All right? The only people who like Michael Jackson are fucking black people who grew up in the suburbs and white women who are insecure. That is the only people who like that dog shit fucking music. All right? All right? And I'll fucking say it. All right? Blacks who grew up in the suburbs with no fear for their lives, they were fucking slinging drugs on the curbside of fucking Avenue 14th or whatever the fuck. They're the people that listen to Michael Jackson. You're going to trust someone who listens to that shit? Come on, bro. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Those aren't suburbs. I'm the white neighborhoods. The only blacks who listen to Michael Jackson are the blacks who grew up in the suburban areas full of white people and no fear for their lives. All right? The only blacks who be listening to Michael Jackson are the blacks who ain't have to sling nothing on the corner of 15th and Avenue. All right? And I'll fucking say it again. I'll say it so you can fucking hear me, okay? Whitewashed blacks listen to Michael Jackson so they can feel more black, when in reality, they're trying to fucking assimilate with white culture, okay? Thank you, Awesome Sauce, for the $5 black woman flexing saying boss. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Like, fandom, money, power are really powerful, and so I don't need to
boss. Fuck you, Tim.
Future female DGGers or Destiny fans, but yeah, I think there will still be more.
All right, that's all I have. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yum, 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 yum.
Thank you, Oomphy. Thank you.
Capitalism is cringe. Yeah, I've got problems with capitalism, and this is one of them. That you have to make money for food. But what's even worse is the framing of wanting money. Like, if we're going to be capitalist, that's fine, but then don't call wanting money greed. I get that at a certain point it's like you want more than your share. So, like, yes, by billionaires, I'm fine with calling greedy. At a certain point, when it's like...
Mrow showing his racism. Werewolf Clan. Hide user on channel. Join the Discord and tell me how any of that was racist. And you will be unbanned. All right? Join the Discord and tell me how any of that is racist, and you will be unhidden from the chat. Okay? All right? All right?
You have enough money so that your family is going to be rich until the end of the human race. Like, that's great. But the people at Kyla's level, like, she wants fucking security. It's a threat. Her future and current livelihood are being threatened. Like, that's her safety. It's literally safety. Money becomes safety. And then when you want safety...
All right, I'm guessing I kind of want to stop here. I'll skip ahead, like, a little bit. Whoa!
But right now...
Whoa!
I think the statements pretty much all the orbiters are making do sound fucking insane and delusional to varying degrees. And yeah, it's like they can't stop thinking in ways that benefit Destiny, even when they're trying to get out. It's like they can't. And I think the fantasy is like, we'll just each take a chunk of DGG. We'll keep our piece of the audience. It's not good. You gotta just say, me out of the bus.
All right, what's he doing live? Let's see.
I appreciate that.
If I see hypocrisy in somebody who's calling out Destiny right now, do you think it's best to wait on calling that out, or should I say something sooner?
I think that calling it out runs the risk of making a false equivalence. I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm guessing that they...
Thank you, Lumpy Willie, for the $3.99. Doge gifting a bone with a ribbon. Thank you.
Are not as bad as Destiny, and on whatever dimension you think they're being hypocritical. I don't think you need to necessarily be silent, but...
All right, I think we're done with this. I'll keep it up, and if something interesting happens, I'll watch it. But I do have the Quack graciously, thank you, Quack, sent me the timestamp for when Anna speaks about Destiny. I do want to watch this.